It has been 7 long years since the world watched Meghan Markle and Prince Harry set foot on Australian soil. The memories of their 2018 tour are still vivid in the minds of royal watchers and fans across the globe. That trip, which coincided with Harry's participation in the Invictus Games in Sydney and the announcement of Meghan's first pregnancy, remains one of the most iconic moments in their public life. The energy, the excitement, the crowds that lined streets from Sydney to Melbourne, and the media frenzy that followed them across the Pacific all contributed to a narrative that seemed almost cinematic in its scale and emotion. Now, in 2026, the couple has confirmed that they will return to Australia, a nation that has always held a special place in their story, for the first time in over 7 years, and the world is eager to understand what this visit means for them, their family, and the royal legacy they continue to navigate. From the moment news of the trip broke, speculation and curiosity have surged in equal measure. Fans and media outlets immediately began to wonder what the visit entails, what engagements are planned, and whether this trip signals a return to the type of international public appearances they had in their earlier royal years. Over the years, Harry and Meghan have transitioned from their roles as senior working royals to independent global figures, focusing on philanthropic initiatives, media projects, and advocacy work. Their lives have become a careful balance between private family time and high-profile public engagements, making every international trip a subject of global attention and intrigue. The significance of Australia in their story cannot be overstated. In 2018, the couple's tour encompassed multiple countries, including Australia, Fiji, Tonga, and New Zealand. It was during that trip that Meghan revealed she was expecting their first child, Prince Archie, an announcement that instantly became front-page news worldwide. The Australian leg of that tour was particularly memorable, marked by enthusiastic crowds, heartfelt interactions with local communities, and a sense of personal connection to the people they met. Now, 7 years later, the anticipation surrounding their return reflects both the nostalgia of that iconic trip and the curiosity about how the couple's public and private lives have evolved since then. Details about the upcoming visit, scheduled for mid-April 2026, are still emerging, but what is clear is that this trip is a strategic blend of personal, philanthropic, and media-related engagements. Sources suggest that Harry will focus on his long-standing connections with veterans and military communities, particularly through the Invictus Games network, which has always been central to his charitable work and public identity. Meghan, meanwhile, is expected to participate in select media or public speaking events, continuing her advocacy for social issues such as gender equality, mental health awareness, and global humanitarian efforts. The balance of engagements appears carefully planned to maintain their public profile while minimizing excessive scrutiny, a lesson learned from their earlier experiences in royal life. For many observers, this trip is more than a simple visit. It is a narrative continuation of the Sussexes' journey as independent figures navigating the complex intersection of fame, philanthropy, and family. Over the past 7 years, Harry and Meghan have faced intense scrutiny, legal battles, media controversies, and relentless public commentary, all while striving to create a stable and nurturing environment for their children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. The decision to return to Australia without their children suggests a thoughtful approach to travel and security, balancing their desire for public engagement with their commitment to protecting their family's privacy. The Australian public, of course, has not forgotten the couple. The excitement surrounding their 2018 visit was palpable, with large crowds gathering for public appearances, media outlets providing wall-to-wall coverage, and social media platforms lighting up with every moment of interaction. That same energy is expected to return, albeit with a new layer of curiosity. The world now watches not only to see Harry and Meghan as members of a royal narrative, but also as independent global figures whose every move carries symbolic meaning. Fans are particularly eager to see how the couple's evolved public identity will be received in a country that once cheered for them as royals, but now sees them primarily as philanthropists, media producers, and cultural icons. The logistical aspects of this trip are also fascinating. Planning an international visit for such high-profile figures requires an intricate web of security arrangements, travel protocols, and coordination with local authorities. Harry and Meghan's team, experienced after years of managing high stakes, Public Appearances has likely spent months coordinating the details to ensure that the trip proceeds smoothly and safely. The choice of cities, venues, and public engagements must balance visibility with privacy, a dynamic that has become increasingly central to their approach to public life. In addition to logistical considerations, the visit carries symbolic weight. Australia, as part of the Commonwealth and as a nation closely tied to the royal family, holds historical significance. Harry and Meghan's return to Australia, therefore, is not merely about appearances and events. It represents an ongoing dialogue between the Sussexes and the countries that have been part of their royal journey. Whether consciously or not, each engagement, each handshake, and each public statement contributes to a broader narrative about how they choose to navigate the legacy of monarchy, public service, and personal independence. The media narrative surrounding the visit is already beginning to take shape. Headlines emphasize both the first time in 7 years angle and the speculation about what the couple intends to achieve during their stay. Social media has erupted with fan discussions, predictions, and reactions ranging from excitement to skepticism. The coverage reflects a dual fascination. People want to celebrate their return while simultaneously scrutinizing their choices, a dynamic that has followed the couple since their first public appearances together. Every smile, every outfit choice, and every interaction is filtered through both admiration and critique. A tension that has defined Harry and Meghan's public life for nearly a decade. Behind the scenes, the couple's decision-making likely involves considerations that the public may never fully see. Security concerns, timing, and the desire to maintain privacy for personal moments all intersect with public expectations. Meghan and Harry have been meticulous about controlling their narrative in recent years, choosing how, when, and where to appear. Their media ventures, including documentaries, podcasts, and public statements, reflect a carefully crafted approach to storytelling, one that allows them to highlight causes, share their perspective, and maintain engagement with a global audience. Another layer of significance is the broader context of the royal family and its current dynamics. Harry and Meghan's departure from senior royal duties in 2020 marked a turning point in the monarchy, prompting discussions about tradition, independence, and the evolving role of public figures connected to royal institutions. Each trip, interview, or public appearance by the Sussexes is therefore interpreted not only as a personal decision but also as part of a larger conversation about the monarchy's future, media influence, and public perception. The Australia trip also comes at a moment when global audiences are particularly attuned to royal stories. Streaming platforms, social media, and 24-hour news cycles ensure that any movement by the couple is documented, shared, and analyzed in real time. The narrative is no longer limited to newspapers or television broadcasts. It is now global, instantaneous, and interactive. Fans can react immediately, discuss nuances, and share interpretations within minutes of any public event, a reality that the couple has embraced as part of their strategic communication approach. Despite the attention, Harry and Meghan have consistently demonstrated an ability to manage both media scrutiny and public interest. Their engagement with causes such as mental health awareness, women's rights, and veteran support allows them to craft a story that extends beyond royal drama. Each appearance in Australia, therefore, will likely combine elements of public service, personal narrative, and cultural symbolism, reinforcing their identity as a modern, independent couple with a sense of purpose that transcends traditional royal obligations. The emotional aspect of returning to Australia should not be underestimated. For Harry, who has long maintained ties with the Invictus Games community, the trip represents both continuity and renewal. For Meghan, whose experience as a former working royal has included both public celebration and scrutiny, it may be a moment to reconnect with a place that holds positive memories while asserting her evolved public identity. The dynamic between past experiences and present intentions will shape how the trip is perceived both locally and internationally. Public reactions are expected to be a mix of nostalgia, curiosity, and critical observation. Fans who remember the excitement of the 2018 visit will likely celebrate the return, while media outlets may continue to speculate on underlying motivations, personal dynamics, and broader implications. Social media platforms will amplify every visual moment, comment, or news snippet, creating a layered, interactive narrative that extends far beyond the physical visit itself. This trip also underscores the evolving nature of royal influence in a modern context. Harry and Meghan no longer hold official positions within the royal household, but their choices, projects, and public appearances continue to shape public perception and cultural discourse. Their visit to Australia is therefore both personal and symbolic, bridging the past, present, and potential future of their engagement with global audiences. At the heart of it all, the narrative remains deeply human. Beyond the speculation, media analysis, and historical context, the trip is about two people returning to a place that has been meaningful in their lives. It is about connections formed with communities, moments shared with supporters, and the ongoing story of a family navigating complex identities in a world that watches every step. The return to Australia is a testament to the enduring relationship between the Sussexes and the public, a relationship built on curiosity, admiration, and sometimes criticism, but always engagement. As April approaches, anticipation will continue to grow. Every announcement, every photo, and every engagement will be scrutinized and celebrated in equal measure. The 7-year gap since their last visit creates a natural narrative arc, one that blends nostalgia with forward-looking curiosity. Fans and critics alike will be watching, analyzing, and discussing the trip in real time, adding new layers to the ongoing story of Harry and Meghan. Ultimately, this Australia visit is more than just a stop on a global itinerary. It is a narrative chapter that reflects the couple's ongoing evolution, their strategic approach to public life, and their desire to connect meaningfully with the communities they visit. It is a reminder that their story continues to unfold, shaped by both personal choices and public perception, and that every engagement, appearance, and statement contributes to a larger narrative that has captured the world's attention for nearly a decade. From the perspective of fans and observers, the excitement is tangible. Social media conversations, media speculation, and public anticipation all converge to create an atmosphere of high curiosity and engagement. The 7-year wait, combined with the couple's carefully managed public persona, ensures that this visit will be remembered not just as a return to a beautiful country, but as a milestone in their ongoing journey as a family, public figures, and global influencers. In the end, the return of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry to Australia is a story that encapsulates the complexity, drama, and emotional resonance of their lives. It is a story about legacy, continuity, independence, and connection, all unfolding on the global stage. As fans prepare to witness the couple step back onto Australian soil for the first time in 7 years, the world waits with curiosity, admiration, and a keen eye on what promises to be yet another unforgettable chapter in the Sussexes' remarkable journey. The anticipation surrounding Meghan Markle and Prince Harry returning to Australia is not just about a trip on a map. It is about the story that has been building for nearly a decade. Fans, royal watchers, and casual observers alike have been following every chapter of their journey, every moment of joy, every struggle, every headline, and every controversy. The Australian trip, arriving 7 years after their last visit, has captured the imagination of people across continents. It is a story that is at once deeply personal and undeniably public, a rare intersection where human emotion and global attention collide. When they last visited Australia in 2018, the world watched them with bated breath. That tour was a mixture of excitement and vulnerability, a time when Meghan was navigating the early months of royal life while also revealing the news of her first pregnancy. Australia became a place of firsts, a stage for both celebration and connection. The memories of crowds lining Sydney streets, the emotional interactions with veterans and local communities, and the warm receptions across Melbourne and Brisbane are still vivid in the minds of many. That trip, so full of energy and symbolism, now casts a long shadow over the upcoming visit, a shadow full of expectations, nostalgia, and curiosity. 7 years is a long time in the life of anyone, but in the public eye, it feels almost like a lifetime. During those years, Harry and Meghan have transformed their identities, not just as a couple but as global figures. They have built a life in California, far from the day-to-day obligations of royal duties, yet deeply enmeshed in public and philanthropic endeavors. Their roles have shifted. They are no longer working royals, but their influence remains substantial. Every move, every announcement, every public statement is carefully analyzed, often amplified into a global conversation within minutes. Their return to Australia is therefore loaded with significance. It is a statement of presence, of agency, and of enduring connection with a place that has been formative in their shared journey. The preparation for this trip, though largely unseen, has undoubtedly been meticulous. Planning a royal-level visit is never simple, but for Harry and Meghan, it requires an even greater balancing act. Security considerations are paramount, with the safety of the couple taking precedence, yet without stripping the engagements of warmth, accessibility, and connection with the public. Logistical arrangements, from travel itineraries to accommodation, media coordination, and engagement timing, must be executed flawlessly. Beyond logistics, the couple has to navigate the narrative. Every event must be framed to reflect their values, interests, and public image. They are crafting a story within a story, a narrative that honors their past, reflects their present, and hints at the possibilities for their future. Their Australian audience is perhaps uniquely positioned to appreciate the significance of this visit. For many Australians, the memory of the 2018 tour is still fresh. The excitement, the crowds, and the palpable energy of that moment created a sense of personal connection with the couple. Harry and Meghan were not just figures on a screen or in newspapers. They were present in the streets, engaging with people, laughing, listening, and sharing moments that felt intimate despite the global attention. Their return now carries the weight of expectation. Will they rekindle the magic of 2018, and how will the 7 years of experience, challenges, and growth influence their interactions this time around? The emotional resonance of this visit is multifaceted. For Harry, Australia represents not only a public stage but a personal connection to the Invictus Games and the communities of veterans he has championed for years. These engagements have become part of his personal mission, reflecting his dedication to those who have served and to causes that extend beyond traditional royal responsibilities. Meghan, meanwhile, has grown into a global advocate and storyteller in her own right. Her work in social causes, gender equality, mental health, and humanitarian projects frames her identity in a way that complements Harry's initiatives while standing independently. Together, they present a vision of partnership, resilience, and purpose that transcends their titles. Yet public perception is never simple. Despite their careful planning, every aspect of the visit will be examined. Media narratives will emerge, social media conversations will ignite, and online forums will dissect appearances, words, and gestures. The couple's relationship with the royal family, their personal growth, and their ongoing commitment to causes they care about will all be scrutinized. Some narratives will focus on symbolism, framing the visit as a bridge between the past and the present, or as a subtle commentary on their independence and choices. Others may focus on speculation, questioning motives, or suggesting hidden tensions. In such a landscape, Harry and Meghan's ability to shape their narrative, to present authenticity without surrendering to rumor, is a delicate but vital exercise. The broader context of their visit is also significant. Australia, as a nation within the Commonwealth, has historical and cultural ties to the British monarchy. Harry and Meghan's first visit in 2018 was a celebration of those ties, filled with pageantry, ceremony, and emotional engagement. Returning now as independent figures outside the framework of formal royal duties, adds a new layer of meaning. Their presence in Australia will inevitably evoke conversations about tradition, legacy, and the evolving role of former working royals. Every public appearance will carry symbolic weight, whether it is a simple greeting, a charitable event, or a media engagement. At the same time, the personal dimension cannot be understated. For a couple navigating life under global scrutiny, moments of genuine human connection are precious. Harry and Meghan will inevitably encounter old friends, supporters, and communities who remember their last visit. These reunions, while public, carry the warmth and familiarity of shared history. They remind the couple, and the world, of the relationships and experiences that have shaped their journey. experiences that exist beyond headlines and speculation. This intersection of the personal and the public is what makes their story so compelling. Audiences are drawn not just to the royal titles, the media narratives, or the charitable work, but to the human journey underlying it all. The excitement, the anticipation, and even the uncertainty surrounding the Australia trip are reflections of the global investment in Harry and Meghan's narrative. Every crowd, every handshake, every smile contributes to a larger tapestry of view, engagement, connection, and storytelling that has spanned years and continents. As the trip draws near, speculation about the itinerary, engagements, and objectives has intensified. Observers are attempting to predict what the couple will prioritize: community engagement, media appearances, advocacy initiatives, or personal exploration. Yet what makes Harry and Meghan's presence unique is their ability to blend these elements seamlessly. A single public appearance can simultaneously serve multiple purposes: honoring tradition, showcasing personal growth, highlighting causes they care about, and engaging with audiences in a meaningful way. The balance of visibility and authenticity is a hallmark of their approach to public life. For fans, the anticipation is both nostalgic and forward-looking. There is a desire to see echoes of the 2018 tour, the excitement, the personal connections, the charm, but also a curiosity to witness growth, maturity, and evolution. How have 7 years of challenges, achievements, and personal development influenced their public personas? How will their children, though not accompanying them, shape the emotional undertone of the visit? These are questions that the audience naturally asks, creating a narrative that extends beyond the itinerary and into the realm of shared imagination and expectation. The media landscape adds another layer of complexity. In today's digital age, every action is documented, every gesture analyzed, and every image shared instantaneously. Harry and Meghan have become masters of narrative control, carefully choosing how to engage with audiences while maintaining privacy. Their strategy is nuanced. They understand the global appetite for information while simultaneously shaping the context in which it is received. The Australia trip will likely be no exception, with carefully orchestrated engagements that reflect both personal intention and strategic communication. Beyond media strategy, the trip also reflects broader themes in the couple's story: independence, resilience, and purpose. Stepping back from royal duties allowed them to craft lives that prioritize family, mental health, and meaningful work. Their return to Australia can be seen as a reaffirmation of that path, a choice to engage on their terms, to connect meaningfully with communities, and to share experiences that resonate with both local and global audiences. Each engagement will be a reflection of their values, blending public visibility with personal authenticity. As the visit unfolds, audiences will witness moments of reflection, celebration, and engagement. Harry and Meghan's interactions with veterans, community leaders, media representatives, and supporters will highlight their commitment to causes that matter deeply to them. Each encounter will be imbued with history, meaning, and the lessons learned over the past 7 years. The emotional resonance of these moments will be amplified by the anticipation, the nostalgia, and the curiosity that surrounds the couple's return. Ultimately, this visit is a reminder of the human story at the center of a global narrative. Harry and Meghan's journey is one of love, growth, and resilience in the face of unprecedented scrutiny. Australia, as a place of past triumphs, memorable experiences, and personal significance, serves as the perfect backdrop for a chapter that blends reflection with forward-looking engagement. Their presence will be both personal and symbolic, reflecting the enduring connection between the couple and the communities that have followed their story for years. And now, we want to hear from you. What do you hope to see during Harry and Meghan's Australia trip? Do you think this visit will focus on charity, media engagements, or a more personal journey of reflection? How will it shape public perception of the couple moving forward? Comment below with your thoughts, predictions, and reactions. Don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow royal watchers, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth coverage, exclusive insights, and behind-the-scenes stories about Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and the royal family. This Australia trip is more than a visit. It's a story in motion, a chapter filled with anticipation, emotion, and global attention. Every handshake, smile, and engagement will add to the narrative of Harry and Meghan's extraordinary journey. As we follow them across the continent, the world waits eagerly to witness history unfold once again. So tell us, are you excited to see Harry and Meghan back in Australia after 7 years? What moments are you most looking forward to? Drop your answers in the comments. We'll be reading and sharing your insights as this incredible journey continues.